Good morning, Team STEAM, or whatever time of day it is you happen to be watching this little video. Today I want to show you how to do your third slide in your Natural Disasters Virtual Science Fair. And first of all, I'd like to remind you that it is located, your own copy, in Google Classroom in the Classwork tab. So please remember to check there for that. Today I'm going to be showing you the example copy that Mr. Buckman and I put together. And then I'm going to be going back to my working copy. So similar to what you're doing. Remember that Mr. Buckman and I chose drought as our topic because we thought it was interesting and that it's really an important topic. And again, remember, we're doing a natural disasters virtual science fair because it ties into the third grade science standards, as well as our Nat Geo curriculum for language arts at school. So this part here is done for you. We showed you this yesterday. And then I retitled this slide Drought because that is my topic. I could come up with a catchier title. Drought's kind of boring, but I could leave that for now and come back later when I think of a better title. This sample is by Russell Wilson. This is Russell's work. And like I said yesterday, Russell's quite the third grader. Remember that the next slide we did yesterday, and that is the definition slide. It was titled What Is, and then it said Your Topic. If you look down here, that's what it said before. The directions on the presenter's notes part of the screen said, highlight what is your topic and replace it with your natural disaster title. Extend your effort. Give your topic a catchy fitting title. Well, I haven't thought of a catchy title yet, but I'm keeping my eyes and ears open for some ideas, and I'll come back and edit that later. So this is the definition that I gave drought. A drought is a period of dry weather, especially a long one, that is harmful to crops and affects people and the environment. Also added in two fitting images. These are both realistic images. They're real photos, which is, I think, important to use when possible. Okay, so those are the two slides that we reviewed yesterday. Today, I'm going to go on to that third slide, which is where you are going to research and tell about, in your own words, a historic or an historic example of your topic. Again, my topic is drought. So we chose Oklahoma in the 1930s, the Oklahoma Dust Bowl. There is not an exact date because this tragic occurrence happened throughout the 30s, much of the early 30s especially. So this is what we wrote about it. During World War I, farmers dug into the dirt on the prairie to plant crops like wheat to eat. When there wasn't enough rain, the crops died and couldn't hold down the dirt. Wind took dust and dirt from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast. So we're talking the middle of the United States, all the way to the East Coast where the Atlantic Ocean is. Animals died without enough crops to feed them, and of course without water. Families were forced to move away. Many clear across the country in order to make a living because their farms no longer were able to produce crops. Now, here is an opportunity to share a personal story if your family has a personal connection, like mine, for example. If I were to go back and edit this for myself, I might add that my grandmother's family moved from Oklahoma during the 1930s Dust Bowl because of this reason. There was no work to be had. Their store had to close down, and they couldn't support their families because the farmers moved away because they couldn't grow crops. So it affected everybody in Oklahoma in the 1930s. So I could add that in here as a personal connection, which would be really nice. Also, again, note, here is a real photo of some farm equipment that's been buried in the dust and sand left behind from this dust bowl. So that is the third slide. Right now, I'm going to click over to my working copy. You will notice that it is actually slide number 10 and 11. We just did 10. So slide number 11, because remember, you are going to take these first slides 2 through 9, and you're going to move them to the end of your presentation, the end of this slideshow, before you turn it in for your final turn in and before we present it. This is what the slide looked like, the historic example slide, before we typed in all that information about the Oklahoma Dust Bowl. So we took this part here, your natural disaster, highlighted it just like it says to do down here at the bottom, and we put drought because that was our topic. We also took this place and highlighted that and wrote Oklahoma because that was the place. And we took the word year and added the time that it happened. Okay, so place and time. You can leave those parentheses because that does add an official look to it. Then when we were ready to type in the information, which we made some notes, we just jotted down some notes. You can jot down notes on paper. You can jot down notes in a doc. It's up to you how you jot down notes. So we had some notes, and then we turned those notes into good paragraphs. They're small paragraphs, but they're good paragraphs. We highlighted this text and added our own information in our own words. Then we took this, got rid of this here. You don't have to if your picture covers it all the way. And we added our photo over here. So when we did that, this is what it came out to be. Okay, so a historic example of drought, our photo, our information, the place, and the time. So that is your next slide for today. Tomorrow we'll talk about the next slide, which is the causes of drought. So start looking for those. Again, please remember to look at those examples that we gave to you on the resources file. Okay, make sure that you look at those. Click on those links to watch those videos and do some other research also. Have a great day. Please let me know if you have questions, and please, please, please click share and share your work to me every day, and I'll take a look. I will make comments as much as possible. Those will show up over here, and I will also put notes down here in presenters notes. Have a great day, Team STEAM. Take care, read some good things, and learn a bunch today.